Today, we're diving deeper into Project 2025, the ambitious initiative launched by the Heritage Foundation and a coalition of over 400 conservative scholars back in April 2022. Think of it as a political Swiss Army knife, armed with 30 chapters of policy recommendations aimed at steering the next presidential administration away from the brink of disaster. Or at least, that's the optimistic headline. At its core, Project 2025 is built around the conservative promise, a comprehensive agenda designed by and for conservatives. The promise is neatly packaged into four main pillars: restoring the family as the centerpiece of American life, dismantling the administrative state to return governance to the people, defending national sovereignty and borders against global threats, and securing individual liberties as outlined in the Constitution. Leaving aside some of the more provocative assertions, such as the socialism of 1970s liberals and the predatory deviancy of cultural elites, let's start with promise number one: restoring the family. The proposal paints a picture of the American family in crisis, citing statistics like 40% of children born to unmarried mothers. The solution? A mix of policy tweaks and government interventions aimed at reviving traditional family structures. It's an ambitious plan, almost like trying to reboot a classic sitcom. Nostalgic, but challenging to modernize without losing the original charm. Moving on to promise number two, dismantling the administrative state. Here, Project 2025 takes on the formidable task of reducing the size and scope of the federal government. The goal is to cut through the red tape and return self-governance to the American people. It's a bit like trying to declutter your home, but on a national scale. Bold, perhaps a tad overwhelming, but undeniably necessary if you ask the proponents. Promise number three, defending national sovereignty and borders, steps into the arena of global politics, emphasizing the need to protect America from external threats and maintain control over its borders. The language here is strong, almost cinematic, envisioning a nation fortified against global encroachments. It's the political equivalent of building a high-tech fortress, complete with all the bells and whistles. Finally, promise number four. Securing individual liberties ties it all together by championing the freedoms enshrined in the Constitution. This promise is all about ensuring that individual rights are protected, fostering an environment where liberty flourishes. It's the classic freedom for all mantra, aiming to balance personal freedoms with national interests. While Project 2025 is undoubtedly comprehensive, its sheer breadth raises some eyebrow-raising questions. Coordinating hundreds of contributors and aligning diverse policy recommendations is no small feat. It's a bit like hosting a grand dinner party, where everyone brings a dish, ambitious and potentially delightful. But coordination is key to avoid a recipe for chaos. The emphasis on reviving traditional values and reducing governmental oversight is a bold stance in today's rapidly evolving socio-political landscape. One might wonder how these policies will adapt to contemporary challenges without becoming relics of a bygone era. It's a delicate dance between preserving foundational principles and embracing necessary progress. Moreover, the plan's assertive approach to policy implementation, reminiscent of Reagan-era strategies, hints at a strategic clarity that could streamline governance. However, history reminds us that even the best-laid plans require flexibility and adaptability. Navigating the complexities of modern governance with a framework designed decades ago might present its own set of challenges. In essence, Project 2025 is a grand blueprint, ambitious in scope and clear in intent. It seeks to address foundational issues with a cohesive strategy, aiming to rejuvenate American governance and societal structures. Whether it will achieve its lofty goals remains to be seen, but the opening of the manifesto sets the stage for an intriguing political journey ahead. Stay tuned for our analysis of the next chapter, concerning the Executive Office of the President and its associate agencies.